We have got a busy show for you today. First of all, what does it take to lose 185 pounds, gain $100,000, and a whole new career in health? You're going to meet Pete Thomas. You're going to see how he's gone from, well, biggest loser to biggest winner. Take a look. Wait till you see him after we start the show. Also, edamame salad. Edamame. Say it with me. Not easy to say, but I guess it's easy to make. All today on Full Plate. Welcome to Full Plate. We have just changed our positioning here, and you saw the picture right at the very beginning of Pete Thomas. That's a different Pete Thomas than the one that's sitting here right now. You were on which season of The Biggest Loser? That was, look at that before and after of you. Wow. Wow. So season 2.
Season 2.
Talk about how does a person get to a point in their life that The Biggest Loser is the decision that can change it? Like, oh, here, this show's got to help me.
You know, and I was at the point in my life where I tried everything. I tried multiple different things. I tried Atkins, I tried Weight Watchers, tried all these different things. And I looked at Biggest Loser as just the next progression in my life. And so it was a blessing. It happened at the right time. I was there on the ranch for 62 days and lost 83 pounds in 62 days. And then another 102 pounds at home on my own. And so, and the great thing, of course, is that I've been able to keep it off for over 8 years.
Well, then that's somewhat, I don't want to say rare, a lot of success coming out of The Biggest Loser. Yeah. But it is a strange scenario. You're at a ranch and you're really enclosed. The real part of your story is the at-home part. So you get voted to go home because they were afraid of you, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, that's the other problem with that show as far as like, ooh, he's going to win. Bye-bye. Exactly. Go home. They vote you off as a threat.
Exactly right. And you know, and I wasn't so upset about that because at that point in the journey, I was really prepared to go home and to be successful. And my mindset was really, okay, this was great while I was here. I'm in a great supportive environment, just like anybody would have if they're, for instance, at a gym or in a CrossFit environment. Got a great supportive environment. But the real work begins once you go home. And I was ready for that to happen. And
let me go back a little bit before you got on the show. What was your background? Where do we, did you battle weight as a kid? Was it something that happened as an adult? What's the journey?
You know, my mother struggled with mental illness, and because of this struggle with really paranoia and dementia, we were transient on the go from city to city to city. There were bouts of homelessness. There were many times we didn't have food that was available, and so whenever food came available, I would eat 2 or 3 times the amount of food that I normally should, and that carried over into my adulthood. And so that's how I went from being just a regular person to being, you know, as I say, I was carrying the Olsen twins on my back at one point. Yeah.
And then one Olsen twin at a time.
Exactly right. Dropped them both off. Exactly right.
So you then won the at-home prize, which was nothing to sneeze at. $100,000 prize is worth taking all that time off of work. And,
exactly right.
And I mean, there's a certain amount of, you're exposing yourself on The Biggest Loser. I mean, I do think people, when they think, I want to be on this reality show or that reality show, they do want to see the worst parts of you, and part of it is a drama. How did that affect you, seeing your good times and bad times on TV?
Well, you know, it's interesting. They cast type A personality, so they want you to get in an environment with another type A personality, want to see the sparks fly. You know, what I really say is, if you think about the show, no one would ever watch the show if they really thought about it. It's about fat people sweating. All right, nobody wants to see fat people sweating. But it's that drama, that interplay between people is what makes it interesting. And the producers and the writers, they do a great job of crafting that together.
You do see this story over and over again, and I see it in my, when I'm counseling folks on changing, their health.
Absolutely.
There is the fear component. Did you have a fear? What was your, did you go, I can't, no, I'm afraid. Did you get that point? Because you see Jillian and she's like, oh, I know what he doesn't like. Twist it, twist it.
Well, it's interesting, that fear. You definitely have a fear of Jillian, but she is so amazing. And this is the thing about having an excellent trainer around you. They know that you can push just a little bit further than you think you can push. And so that's what it was. was. We would do certain things. You know, I can remember being 380 plus pounds and we're climbing a mountain and there's loose rock and all of these different things, but she's coaching you, encouraging you up the way. There's no way you think at 380 I can get up a set of steps, let alone up this mountainside. But she pushes you just enough for you to really to reestablish a baseline of what you can do, a new standard for yourself. And then it's just so amazing that constantly pushing a little bit at a time, she was really the amazing thing. So that fear that you had internally, it really was overcome by having such a great trainer and having a great group of guys around you. You know, I said there was this one story, we were all in the gym and it was about 2 hours worth of working out with Jillian, and we're doing push-ups and squats and lunges, all of these different things. And I can remember doing sets of push-ups after about 90 minutes and I fall face down on the ground. And so I go thud, and then I hear all these other thud, 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 all the rest of them fall. And I think to myself, I said, you know, if we all just stay down here on the ground, they'd have to cancel this stupid show.
No more show.
No more show. Well, what do you know? I hear down at the end, Dr. Jeff start to get up. Now, Dr. Jeff was about 6 years my senior. He came into the show with missing ligaments. And because he got up, that took away my excuse. And I can remember as he's getting up, I'm thinking to myself, just stay down, fatty. Stay down, fatty. And I'm bigger than he was. And I'm calling him names in my mind, you know. But he got up, and I knew he was in a worse situation than I was, so that took away my excuse. And that's the great thing about being in a team environment. If you can't make it to the Biggest Loser, you can absolutely go to a group fitness class. You can go somewhere locally into a local boot camp and get that same type of support.
So then let's talk about the real journey, which is the one that takes place after the confetti flies.
Yes, yes.
So you get a nice.
I was pre-confetti. I'm season 2. No confetti.
No
Go
confetti.
home.
Like, no one's watching the show.
Exactly
You're out of
right.
here.
Go home. But yes, ma'am.
So you did win. That was a good win.
Absolutely.
Good
It was
win
a
at
good
home.
day. It was.
And since then, you have really dug in to what makes a successful weight loss journey or a health journey. I really like to say health journey because if you just focus on that number, you will eventually fail.
Well, here's the thing. Let me just touch on that. Most of the people that I deal with, they say, I want to lose weight. And they say, well, I want to get down to this weight. And that's good. And then they get down to that weight. And then what?
Right.
Then you go back the other way because you've hit your goal. And so what I tell people is your goal should be, I will achieve a healthy weight and maintain it for the rest of my life.
Gotcha.
And so that allows you some leeway. What exactly is a healthy weight? It's not set by a bunch of fashion magazines, etc. But here's the key. I will achieve a healthy weight and maintain it for the rest of my life. That also means the habits or the things that you do to accomplish that in the first place, they shouldn't be gimmicky. You shouldn't be doing, you know, some kind of master cleanse where you're going to lose a bunch of weight and muscle at the same time. But if you're going to achieve a healthy weight and maintain it for the rest of your life, that deals more with the habits, and that's what I teach in my book about healthy, or what I call forever habits.
Let's show that book. I want everyone to see that. Lose It Fast. Is that what it says?
Yep, lose it
Oh,
fast,
that's
lose
what
it
the
forever.
hook is.
Yeah.
Both of them. Okay, so Lose It Fast, Lose It Forever. And of course, you can get this at your website. You can get it on Amazon, all the places you would go for books. Forward by Jillian Michaels.
Yes.
And you've developed a system, though.
Yeah, I have. And when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to exercise, I've developed my own special system. For instance, when it comes to, first of all, I believe you have to set what I call power goals. So these are goals that will really keep you focused. It's not just a goal, oh, I want to lose weight or I want to lose this, but a goal that has an emotional connection. Why do you want to lose the weight? And so when we say why, it can't be just a basic, simple why. Well, I want to lose weight because I want to look good. All right, that's good, but that's going to fall away when the tough times come.
When I think about it, I think now I have changed, and I think this happened in my 40s.
You're 40? No, it's going to happen in 5 years,
I vote
right?
for him to win every day.
It's going to happen
Forever
in
now.
5 years, right?
When I got to be a certain age,
There we go.
There we go. I stopped thinking about the size and started thinking about, I want to be able to walk with the kids. I want to be able to, right?
Beautiful.
You know,
Exactly right.
and now that my kids are a little bit older,
Yeah.
not that I want this right now, but when my grandkids, I want to go down the fun slide. I want to, and it frees you up.
Yeah, and not only does it free you up, but when you talk about walking with your kids and going down that fun slide, there's an emotional connection to that.
Yeah.
And that's the type of thing that keeps you going. There's no emotional connection. Oh, I need to go run 5 miles today. Really? Do you? But when you think about the outcome or the benefits of doing these things, that emotional connection is what I really get people to really try to engage in.
Make their own connection on
Yes,
that. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to keep talking about your book, but also, you know, bottom line, when I see someone who goes from that to wearing the vest, looking fantastic, I want to know, what is he eating? We're going to find out what he eats and how you can adapt it when we come back.
Excellent.
Yeah, I mean, it is that.